Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Brian Sanders. Here's the latest from Denver 7. Today, Logan, El Paso, Huerfano, Washington, and Douglas counties are all considering adopting policies to become Second Amendment sanctuaries that would allow law enforcement to not comply should a red flag bill in our state legislature become law.
Now, several counties have already adopted similar measures. Denver 7's Micah Smith goes 360, bringing us multiple perspectives on the debate.
Today, Douglas County commissioners will consider a resolution similar to ones we're seeing in other counties that states if the red flag bill passes, law enforcement officers in Douglas County will not have to enforce that law. The red flag bill is also called the Extreme Risk Protection Order, and it would give family members or law enforcement officers the ability to raise a red flag and temporarily take away guns from someone in mental health crisis. But a proposed resolution in Douglas County says the bill does not allow for due process for that individual. Just last week, we talked to Weld County Sheriff Steve Reams, who is for Second Amendment sanctuary counties, and his county passed a resolution saying law enforcement shouldn't have to enforce the red flag bill. But the bill's sponsor says that opens the door for lawlessness.
What I'm refusing to do is enforce a law that I believe, and I believe my constituent base is in agreement with. I can't enforce a law that I believe goes against our state constitution or federal constitution.
I think it's manufactured opposition, pushing sort of lawlessness. And the reality is that the rule of law exists in our society so that the laws that we pass can be enforced and that there's some type of order.
Previously, we talked to Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock, who told us a bill like this could have saved one of his deputies, Zachary Parrish, who was killed by someone experiencing a mental health crisis. Later today, we will be checking back in with the sheriff to get his current opinion on this issue. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Thank you, Micah. We are keeping our 360 reporting on the red flag bill going throughout the day today, so tune in to Denver 7 a little later for even more perspectives. And ahead of that, we want to hear what you think. You can send us your comments to 360@thedenverchannel.com. You can also express your opinion on the Denver 7 Facebook page.
As sweeping changes to our state's oil and gas industry are debated at the state capitol, today the city of Broomfield takes a different approach to regulating the industry. A public hearing will be held in Broomfield on a new ordinance to increase oil setbacks. But this proposal is unique because it's houses that would be set back from oil wells. The ordinance would ban new homes from being built within 200 feet of an oil and gas facility and 1,320 feet from an active or proposed oil well. The current setbacks are 500 feet from homes and 1,000 feet from hospitals and schools.
Avalanche danger in the high country has fallen following several days of mitigation efforts by CDOT.
The agency has been firing explosives from helicopters into the snow to set off those controlled slides, and that way all that snow is no longer a danger of falling down the hill.
All of that work is paying off too. Take a look at this map. The avalanche danger has gone from extreme down to considerable across much of our higher elevations. That risk, though, likely to increase in the coming days as heavy snow and strong winds move into Colorado. Denver 7 meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo has a look at the coming storm. Lisa.
Yeah, and you guys, this is why we've issued a first alert action day. We can get some really intense storms here in March, and that's what we're going to see here by tomorrow. Take a look. Today we're starting off pretty quiet. By this afternoon, we've got a high near 60 degrees. This is pretty typical for those temperatures to warm above normal before a storm rolls in because we've got winds coming in out of the south and ushering in some nice warm air. Now, by tonight, that's going to turn over to some rain. We'll drop into the 40s. Showers developing this evening. That turns over to snow tomorrow morning. So we'll start to see some wet to potentially slushy roads early Wednesday morning. It's really, though, the afternoon commute that's going to be the biggest issue. Late afternoon, early evening. That's at 5 o'clock. We've got really gusty northerly winds. It's going to be cold. It's going to feel like teens, and you're going to find some really rough driving. So blizzard conditions expected across the plains, and it does look like we're going to see that linger through the evening and then taper off by early Thursday morning. Take a look at some of these alerts. It's a very colorful map. We have winter storm warnings in the mountains, a winter storm watch for Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins. That's the counties there shaded in blue. And then here's the blizzard warning. That covers our Palmer Divide, south of Denver, closer to Castle Rock, and then stretching east, Elizabeth, Kiowa, and then northeast from there, right along I-70. Lyman's going to be one of those spots that's really tricky with up to a foot of snow. And not only that, but with the blowing snow, you're going to see some really intense snow drifts. Those could be a few feet in some spots. Denver's going to see about 4 to 8 inches, and our foothills will be over a foot. So the foothills are going to be another target for some of the heavy snow. We're going to go from 60 today to 30s Wednesday and Thursday. And again, early Thursday morning, that drive is going to be bad too, but then things will start to clear out, and we're going to see a lot of melting by Friday and in through the weekend. What a change, and this is totally Colorado, from blizzard to 60, back again this weekend. It's going to be nice by Sunday.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Lisa. We are less than 5 weeks away from tax day, and tonight Contact 7 is teaming up with Tax Help Colorado to help you fill out your returns ahead of next month's deadline. One of the biggest questions you likely have is how the new tax laws affect your returns. Denver 7's Nicole Brady explains why you may be surprised by the numbers.
We'll have experts in our call center tonight answering your tax questions. And one of the most common questions this year is, what happened to my money? A lot of people were expecting bigger refunds because of the tax law overhaul, but more likely you just paid less to the IRS throughout the year. So refunds aren't really that different this year, and in many cases they're a little bit lower. If you owe money this year, you're in good company. Magnify Money says 8 of the 10 metro areas where taxpayers tend to owe the most are in the western part of the country. In fact, the Denver metro is one of them. Around 22% of taxpayers here end up owing Uncle Sam. So if the tax law didn't change your refund that much, there are still some other changes you should be aware of.
The biggest change from tax reform that'll hit a ton of filers this year is that they basically doubled the standard deduction, and that may make it more likely that people choose not to itemize their taxes this year.
Also this year, there's no 1040A or 1040EZ forms. It's just the 1040 form now. Again, if you need help with anything, you can call our Contact 7 call center from 4 to 6:30 this evening. Tune in to Denver 7 News later today to get the number to call. I'm Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
Like many cities in Colorado, Loveland is growing, and as more people move there, the city is working to redevelop its downtown to be a more attractive place to live, work, play, and shop. One of the major projects is called the Foundry. It's a 2-block, $75 million project. 2 apartment buildings are already open. A movie theater, hotel, and public plaza will open here in the next couple weeks.
The idea of urban housing, urban residential was still, especially in a community of our size, but that's actually really taken off. It's something that people have really gravitated to. Our units are filling up faster than we even expected. A lot of young people are coming into our downtown, which is pretty exciting.
The new downtown plaza is expected to host farmers markets, yoga in the park, many other events that the city previously didn't have a good place to put. Loveland sees the Foundry project as a catalyst to bring even more business to its downtown. A 20,000 square foot office building is being planned nearby.
The Broncos got a late start, but pulled off some big moves on the first unofficial day of free agency. The Broncos agreed to sign veteran cornerback Kareem Jackson from the Texans. His deal is reportedly for 3 years, $33 million, $23 million of that guaranteed. And just after 9 last night, the team agreed to a deal with free agent right tackle Jawan James. The Broncos lured him away from the Dolphins by making him the highest paid right tackle in the entire league. His deal is for 4 years for $52 million with $32 million guaranteed. And you can keep tabs on the Broncos moves later today. Just follow Denver 7 Broncos insider Troy Rink on Twitter. Another cliffhanger means there is a lot of drama ahead on tonight's finale of The Bachelor.
Oh boy, if you haven't watched last night's episode, by the way, this is your warning. We're about to reveal some serious spoilers, so cover your ears. Last week, of course, Colton jumped the fence after he professed his love to Cassie, and she told him she wasn't ready for marriage. Producers of the show searched for him, and they were about to call the police when he finally made his way back to the house.
It was some tense moments, but it's clear where his heart was. He broke things off with the other 2 women competing for his love, becoming the first Bachelor to go from 3 to 0 women. But fear not, he vows to get Cassie back.
I don't know if I'm fighting for something that's not possible. But I'm willing to do anything and everything because that's how much I love Cassie.
So it is all or nothing. We will find out what happens after Colton knocked on her door right there tonight on the finale of The Bachelor, starting at 7 o'clock tonight here on Denver 7.
The suspense is killing me.
I can't take it.
Well, this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for joining us.
Check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.